rise. All rise.
Is everybody there? Yeah, I'm bald and I have a goatee. What are you going to say about it? Look at that. Riley shaved my head because I decided I could hit a shot on a mini hoop. Carter's mini hoop, by the way. And that's what's under the hat. I mean, I've had hair. I had hair the whole time, and now I don't have any hair, so what's the point of hiding it? You guys saw my Instagram. It's gone, man. It's gone. We in the stew, baby. We are going to be doing some things today. I don't know if you guys understand, but an online judge like me, wow, that's a little, didn't mean to show you too much there. That was a little too much skin there. What's going on, everybody? Welcome. We're gonna be doing something interesting today. I want to go through some takes, have some fun, and if you saw my hair get buzzed off, the most diabolical way possible, okay? So I bet Riley, I'm like, hey, I bet I can hit this shot on Carter's hoop. Carter's hoop is maybe this big around. The ball is almost the same size. So I've hit a couple shots, you know. I played basketball in college. You don't want to at me like that. And, well, I took a lot of tries. And I kept trying. Let's just say I didn't make it. And the first thing they decide to do, I said, you can do whatever you want to my hair and my beard if I miss it. So I kept upping the ante. Well, I kept missing. So because I kept missing, this is where we are. So what happened was they went straight down the middle first, like this, and got rid of that middle. And that was something. Then they cut all this off, but left patches everywhere. And then they took all the face off, but they left the long stems here. And I said, look, I've been through enough in life. Can you please have some mercy on me and just let me live? Let me cut this thing off. So we ended up with a goatee and a almost bald head. My hair grows fast, so we'll do it. Yeah, core memory though. I agree with you. All right, today I'm going to judge. Sick and tired of watching other judges. It's my turn. We're going to go to a subreddit called AmITheJerk. I haven't looked yet, okay? So I got to make sure that whatever we read, I'm going to give you my honest opinion. If you would like to have your own situation judged, we can do it anonymously or not. Send me an email at askcolbyj@gmail.com during the stream and say it's okay to share this and say if you want to be anonymous, and we will literally judge right now where it is. So we're going to start with this first one. I gotta read it, and then I got to let you know how I feel. I'm not going to even read any comments. Judge is in session, so everybody calm down and quiet down. What to do, Slow? Emmy, let's get it. Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Yeah, having a bald head is something else. Bald head and a goatee. All right, so I, 26 female, have a sister, Blessy, 32 female, who has 2 kids, 5-month-old and 5 male and 3 female. I love my nephew and niece, but my sister always assumes I am free to watch them because I am single and don't have kids of my own. Ooh, I don't know about this one. So here's the problem. I bought tickets to see my favorite artist in concert about 6 months ago. These tickets were expensive for me, like $300, and I've been so excited. I took the day off of work and everything. On the day of the concert, I literally 2 hours before I need to leave, Blessy calls me. She sounds panicked and says her babysitter canceled last minute, and her and her husband have a wedding to go to that night. She didn't even ask. She just said, I'm coming over to drop the kids off. Thank God you are home. Nope. Blessy, come on now. It's not her responsibility to watch the kids. You got to know that. I'm already on the sister's side here, but let's keep reading it. I told her no, and I have this concert I cannot miss. She got really mad, and she said, it's just a concert, and this is a family emergency. I told her a wedding is not an emergency. 1,000% honest. It is a party, and if she can't find a sitter, one of them should have to stay home. She started crying and said I'm being selfish and that I care more about some stupid singer than my own family. Oh, that's manipulative. She hung up and ended up missing the wedding because her husband went alone. Now my mom is calling me saying I'm the jerk because Blessy was looking forward to this night out for months and I ruined it. Mom, don't jump in here with this. I don't want to hear nothing from you. All right? Come on now. Come on. You're not the jerk. You're not the jerk. Okay? I feel bad that she missed the wedding, but I don't think it's fair that I have to give up my plans just so because I don't have kids. My sister tried to drop off her kids at my house last minute so she could go to a wedding. I refused because I had expensive concert tickets. No, you're not the jerk. And honestly, anybody who knows, that's crazy that you get in trouble for being an adult. They're not your children. And then all of a sudden they're like, well, you're going to have to watch my kids because I've been planning this for months. No. It's if somebody cancels last minute, it's your responsibility, not your sisters, not your brothers, not anybody. No matter what situation they're in, it's not her fault. So judge rules in favor of, she didn't say her name. Blessy, you're going to jail. All right, here we go. Next one. Calling for my friend's emergency contact. She left her kids in the store with me for 20 minutes and vanished. My friend Kayla, 29 female, asked if I could watch her 6-year-old son for like 20 minutes while she ran into the store near my place. I think nothing is worse than a timeline that is not a real timeline. Not a real timeline. You can't, if you're not going to be gone for 20 to 30 minutes, don't say I'm going to be gone for 20 to 30 minutes. That's first ruling here. We don't play that crap here. Okay? Yes, if you did not see my head get shaved, it was on Instagram. It still is there in the highlights. This happened 2 days ago, unfortunately. But I'm rocking with it. No fear, baby. I said yes because I've known her for years and I watched him before. He's a good kid. And she showed up, dropped him off with his tablet and a snack, said she'd be right back. About 40 minutes later, I text her a simple, hey, is everything okay? No reply. An hour passes, I call straight to voicemail. I start getting that hot panic feeling because I'm not his parent and I don't know what's going on. Her son starts asking when mom is coming back and I keep trying to keep it light. Like, soon, bud. Well, yeah, what are you supposed to say? It's not your kid. That's not fair. He doesn't even really know you like that, right? And I keep trying to keep it light. Soon, bud. I'm also refreshing my phone like a maniac. I text it again and again, still nothing. The 2-hour mark, I'm honestly scared something happened, but I'm also pissed because this is not 20 minutes anymore. I also had plans later, and I'd basically been volunteered into childcare with no in time. You know, I'm already not in favor of the mom. That's ridiculous. If somebody goes, hey, I need you to watch the kids, just give me a general timeline, and that's respect of anybody's time. It doesn't matter if they have kids. I don't care if they just do nothing all day. You don't get to just decide to take more time without talking to them. Oh, I got a gavel. It's called a lint roller. I'm banging the frick out of this desk. So I finally looked at the little info card she left in her bag, emergency contact and pediatrician, stuff like that. Called the emergency contact, her older sister. I didn't call to get her in trouble. I called because I didn't know if Kayla was in a car accident or passed out. Her sister answered immediately and sounded confused. Then went quiet and said, wait, she told you 20 minutes. Apparently Kayla had texted earlier and said she was going to look at a car with a guy she's been seeing and might be out for a while. She used me as a free babysitter so she could go do this. Kayla, you're done. You're cooked. She chose not to tell me. Her sister drove over and picked the kid up, and she was polite, and I could tell she was annoyed too. About 30 minutes after that, Kayla finally calls me furious, saying I embarrassed her and made her look like a bad mom. Kayla, listen, you're done. Get out of my court. Kayla, I don't even need to read the rest of this. I don't need to read this, Kayla. I am gonna read it to be fair. I gotta be a fair judge. Hold on before I pound the gavel here. Straighten up this suit. What is this? I don't know what that is. About 30 minutes later, said her phone died and lost track of time. I asked why she didn't plug it in. She said she didn't need to for a couple hours. She said because I would have said no, she really needed this. And also I have no right to involve her family. And now her sister is judging her. And I'm not a drop-off zone. I'm not comfortable being lied to for someone's kid. She is telling mutual friends I overreacted, that I'm dramatic for calling her sister for just waiting. Oh my gosh. All right. You're done. Kayla, guilty. Kayla, this is your fault as a parent. You can't drop your child off with no time frame with a non-family member or family member and expect them to watch them for hours on end because you need this. With no communication, with your phone turns off, I'd be worried too. I'd be worried sick. I'd be like, look, just let me know you are okay, and then we can have a conversation after that. But if you disappear off the planet for hours, I'm going to do the same thing. So, Kayla, you're done. You're screwed. All right, here we go. We're just going down the list right now. We're going to find some other ones. Okay. By the way, who did it better, me or Ray? I almost look like I didn't even realize how much I got the Ray going on here. IPS, baby. Look at that hairline just finally coming back in a little bit. Kayla, what do you guys think? You guys got to give me the verdict. Once I pound my gavel, I still need, you guys are the jury here. Guilty or not guilty? I say Kayla's guilty of being a jerk. How about that? Who's the jerk? This is called Am I the Jerk? No. Guilty, Kayla, you're the jerk. And it's 100% your fault. And that sounds like a responsible human being who didn't know you were coming back, didn't know if you were going to have your kids there, and here you are, getting mad, looking like an irresponsible. Well, then maybe you shouldn't disappear. Come on now. Come on now. Kayla guilty. Kayla's the jerk. Thank you, Kathleen. Come on now. All right, here's a short one. My cousin Mark recently broke his laptop while gaming. He spilled a drink on it and now it won't turn on. A few days later, my aunt asked if I could lend him my laptop for school. I explained that I need it daily for my own school work and job and can't function without it. My parents and aunt said I was being selfish and that my family should help each other. The problem is Mark has a history of breaking electronics and I'm worried mine will get damaged too. I feel guilty because everyone is upset with me, but it's also reasonable to protect my own device. First of all, the family thing pisses me the F off, bro. Listen, this I understand you love your family, but it's not fair to pull a card on a boundary when someone says something simple as, you break stuff, you have a history of this, and I also need this. And also, I don't even have to regardless. So to get the guilt trip from the aunt and be selfish, that's crazy. That's crazy. Family of organic button jerks. That's my ruling. I don't give a frick. You can't guilt someone into giving you something. Oh, well, family does this. Well, family does this. Okay, family. I'd like $100,000 cash. How about that? Oh, well, I thought family just takes care of each other. Yeah, exactly. Shut up. It's the same thing. She doesn't have to do anything you say. That's not fair. Family's a jerk. You're not the jerk. They just made you feel bad. See, that's the thing. When people try to make you feel bad for not doing something they want you to do, that's the jerk. You don't have to. So that's definitely not fair. Definitely not fair. This is interesting. Oh, gosh. This has 13,000. What is that? A retweet, I guess? And 2.6K comments. We're going to go into the comments on this one. Yeah. No, boundaries with your family, man. They can't pull that. We're family. That's ridiculous. Personal property. Oh, we're family? Okay. Shut up. Here we go. My wife is going to read this eventually. So, hi, babe. I'm sorry, but also I'm not. When we first moved in together, my wife told me she only likes light roast coffee. She said dark roast is too bitter and too strong and she can't stand it. She was very firm about this and I always bought light roast for the house. About 8 years ago, I accidentally bought a bag of dark roast. She didn't realize until I got home she saw the label. But I figured I'd just drink it myself and get her the right one next time. But I was lazy and made a pot the next morning. She drank it anyway, said nothing and didn't notice it at all. Said it was actually good. Uh-oh. So the next time I went to the store, I bought dark roast again on purpose this time. You know, this is devious. She drank it every morning for a week and never said a word, so I kept buying it for 8 years. This is an 8-year confession. Every morning, this woman drinks dark roast coffee and tells me how good it is. Meanwhile, if we go to a coffee shop and they ask what roast she wants, she says light because she doesn't like dark. She has sent back coffee at restaurants for being too dark. She has also told friends she can't drink dark roast while drinking it at home every single day. Last month, she was putting groceries away and accidentally looked at the bag for the first time in apparently in 8 years. She held it up and it said dark roast. I said, yep. Since 2017. Since when? She goes, since when? He goes, since 2017. 8 years ago, I've been giving you the dark roast and you never said a word. She did not laugh. Oh boy. Yeah, you don't understand how much trouble you're in, brother. 8 years of this. What do you mean she's going to read it? She already found out. She said I lied to her and I just said I never corrected her. Ooh, she said that's the same thing. Judge is going to need a minute on that one. I said, you've literally been drinking it every day and loving it for 8 years, so clearly you do like dark roast. She said, that's not the point. Ooh. In that context, that's not the point exactly. But if you liked it, you got to admit you liked it. It's got to go both ways here. She's buying her own light roast ever since making a separate pot every morning. She says it's better. I watch her face when she drinks it. I'm pretty sure she doesn't think it's better. She's committed to proving me wrong. Okay, let's slow down here. Judge is in session, baby. Jack Judge is right here. I'm busting out the frickin' suit today. I'm not gonna lie, I am a little bit bigger in the suit today. So, okay, look, can we agree that relationships need to have one central core theme, and that is you lied for 8 years about giving her something she said she didn't like, even if you pretended. You didn't necessarily lie to her face, but she told you, I like the light roast, and you got her the dark roast. So you're at fault for not telling her. If she, so let's do it like this. This is kind of like a light meat, dark meat thing. You can't just slide something in there and say, well, you liked it. Well, you liked it. Because if she clearly wanted the white meat, not the dark meat, it's the same exact concept, right? It's like, I prefer this thing, but you've been slipping it to me for 8 years. That to me would just make me feel sketchy. Be like, well, look, but then I got to say on the other side, look, I liked it. I didn't really notice the difference. So it's not that big of a deal. It depends on how this situation was handled in person, what the attitude was. I don't know. To me, it's not that deep. I just be like, look, it's actually pretty good, but I prefer the light roast. You can't just slip me 8 years worth of dark roast, jerk. 2017, been tricking me. I think that would be the biggest problem. It's just like, I feel duped. You never told me. And what else could happen if you've been slipping me this coffee? That's the criminal mind though. That's like all the crime I watch has made me way too paranoid in any situation. So that'd probably be my first thought. Be like, what the hell else are you doing for 8 years if you've been slipping me this? Yeah, exactly. I think Slow is exactly right. It's really just like the trust. Like, okay, and on top of it, the preference. I like light roast, and you've been slipping me dark. That's not fair. Even though if she says she likes it. That's my opinion. So I would say the husband's in the wrong here. Because he knew what he was doing. He says very clearly, I knew what I was doing on purpose. I bought it, slipped it to her. You should have just told her. Why is it even a big deal? Why did you have to prove a point for 8 years to say, well, you actually like the dark roast? Come on. In favor of the wife. You were the jerk. Sorry. Not sorry. Ooh, let's read this one. Here we go. Let her make her own damn coffee. Yeah, well, there you go. Make your own coffee if you don't like it. But I think that's a point. Is he was proving a point to her that she liked it. That it doesn't. There's really no reason. That feels very, petty. I, 29 male, have been dating my girlfriend, 28 female, for 8 months. She's really into social media and relationship tests, which I've always found kind of cringe but harmless. Last night we went out to dinner, and halfway through the meal, a woman came to our table, flirted with me, and asked for my number. I immediately said no and told her I was here with my girlfriend. After the woman left, my girlfriend started laughing and told me it was her friend to see how I'd react. She said I passed, so I shouldn't be mad. I was pissed. I told her that was humiliating and manipulative, and I don't want to be tested like I'm on some reality show. She said I'm overreacting and the other guys would find it funny. Yeah, no, you already messed up when you said that. You can't go and say, okay, you're upset. Other people think this is funny. Sorry, not going to happen. I paid for my food and left and went home, and now she says I've embarrassed her and made a big deal out of nothing. Okay, look, testing. First of all, what did you think he was going to do at the table? You're at the table, correct? And from what I'm understanding, you're at dinner. Her friend comes over and goes, hey, you're really cute. I like you. Can I have your number? Your girl's right here, and you go, yeah, you know what? Here's my number. I like you. Let's make out right here, right now. Like, what the hell? What kind of test did you think that was going to happen? What did you think was going to happen, bro? Did you go to the bathroom for like 30 seconds to see if he would just give the number? Testing in that way is insecurity, that's my opinion, the girlfriend cannot also then laugh it off. See, this is where it's hard because you have your own opinion of what you think, and then to say, and oh, well, other people would think that's funny. Okay, but I don't think that's funny. So you got to really just stop trying to throwing that around and say, well, oh, the other guys would think that's funny. It kind of like demasculates him by saying, well, what's wrong with you? Why don't you think that's funny? Really just say, accept the fact that you try to set him up. You try to set your dude up. Come on now. You tried to set your guy up. Why did you want it? What did you want to do after you passed the test? Laugh it off? Good job. Yeah, you're right there. You're 2 feet away from me. Why would I give some girl my number even if you know what I'm saying? That's just so stupid. That's just so stupid. But again, she shouldn't have tested her boyfriend, in my opinion. I know other people can do that. Here we go. Nope, that's immature. You want a life partner, not a child who plays games. I agree with that. Old woman here, that would infuriate me. It's a bloody stupid thing to do. I love when people say bloody. I freaking love that. A bloody stupid thing to do. It's a bloody stupid thing. That's how I hear it in my head. I love that. Tell her you failed the test and then find an adult to date. Drop her. She's not grown enough to date. I dated a girl in the past that played stupid games like this. I've had enough. I decided to end it. I broke up with her and gave her a deck of cards and told her since she likes to play games, she can go knock herself out. You guys are petty, bro. Damn. But you failed the second half of her test. She wants a loser that likes playing games. I think if you're... Okay, hold on. Let me go back up. 29, bro. I'm 29. If I'm dating at my age, in my old years, when I was a younger cat, maybe it would have been different. But at 29, if it's games like, let me see if you'll flirt with this girl, that's just insecurity in games. So yeah, I agree. I'd be very upset. I can't be doing that. No one should be tested. Very immature. Hope your girlfriend enjoys the company of her test friend, because if it was me, that would be the only company she has. Exactly. Testing one partner like that is manipulative. You're not a lab rat or TikTok trend. Yeah. If you're getting advice from TikTok, I'm sorry to tell you, that's just the worst. I don't know. Oh boy. Oh my gosh. Breaking up with my boyfriend because he wants to buy me a car. Oh my gosh. My mom passed away last year and it wrecked me. She left me a small inheritance to me and my brother. Nothing huge, but enough to be meaningful. I told my boyfriend because at the time I thought we were building a future together. First thing out of his mouth was, "Are you okay?" Not, "Let's save it." Or not even, "That's your security." It was, "We can finally get me a car." Not us a car, not our future, his car. Damn, bro. That's savage as hell. Use your girlfriend. Let's hear for a second. I don't care how long you've been with someone who's a girlfriend. If you've been together for a long time and you're still dating, there's no commitment there, and your girlfriend's mom passes away, and the first thing that comes to your mind is, I can get a car. Come on. Come on now, bro. I'm already not liking him, but I got to read the rest. I got to be fair. I got to be a fair judge here. Okay. I brushed it off because grief makes you second guess everything. Then he started sending me listings daily, talking about monthly payments like my mom's death was financing the plan. When I brought up maybe us using it for a down payment on a place or saving for our wedding, he said a car was more important than the wedding could wait. Yeah, fuck that wedding. Then that's when it clicked. He saw my loss as an upgrade for his lifestyle. I told him that money was the thing my mom would ever want used to fund someone else's priorities, while the future was an afterthought. He got mad and said I was being selfish and that couples share everything. So I shared a breakup. Okay. This is pretty savage. I kept the inheritance, put most of it in savings, helped my brother with a small emergency, and started therapy. Turns out the real thing my mom left me was clarity. That's really tough. Couples share everything except common sense. Apparently you did the right thing. Exactly. He's greedy, financially irresponsible, didn't want you to say in managing your own money, dumping him was the right call. I agree. Judge rules in favor. He's the jerk. Tell me that's too loud, bro, because it's freaking loud in here when I do that. Okay. Get a couple more on here. If you guys want one, Send it in to the email, baby. You already know. Okay. What do you guys think? Tell me, even if there was another side to that, doesn't matter, because even if he thinks they're committed, do you understand that that is the worst thing you could possibly do in that time is not worry about her well-being, but think about the fact that there's some cash that you can get a car for you now. Go get yourself a car, all right? You jerk. Oh, this is a good one. Very simple, very easy. I had been waiting months to watch a new movie, and my friend, Leah, multiple times not to spoil for me. The day it came out, she messaged me the ending and major plot twist. Get out. She's done. F her. Done. Gavel on Leah. Liar. Yeah, you a liar. Mother fricka. The day it came out, she dropped it. Couldn't hold it in. I was really upset and stopped replying to her message. She said, I'm being dramatic. It's just a movie. But I felt like she didn't respect my boundaries. Now our friend group is split and something I should just let it go. Okay. So, man, we got to start putting things, compartmentalizing where they go. So let's start with what she did. Yes, that's effed up. I'd be really upset as well. There's movies that I literally didn't go on YouTube or made sure I didn't look at so I could see the movie myself. People love to spoil things in comments, so I didn't even look at comments for a while, like things like that. I'll go out of my way if I really want to see a movie. Now, to make it a friend breaking thing, that's a whole nother conversation. That really just depends on if you think they're really a bad friend or if they messed up. You gotta, for me, you have to zoom out and say, what is this worth? How is this does she do this stuff all the time? Blah, 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 that kind of thing. So I will say, slow it down. I'm going to say, oh man, this is tough. This is tough. I don't think you wouldn't want to be friends over something like that. My personal opinion, I think it's a little too light, depending on the relationship and circumstances. She's the jerk, though. She ruined it. If you even said, I don't want to see it, or I don't want to have anything be said about it, that's 100% on her. She's the jerk. Case closed. But breaking up a friendship over it is a whole nother thing. Doesn't make you the jerk. It just depends. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to go on there. Okay. I'm just going to keep. If I'm going to find a good one. After leaving family dinner, my aunt commented on my body. All right, here we go. Short one. At a family dinner, my aunt commented on my weight and said, I've let myself go. Man, who says that to anybody ever, bro? And I should start dieting. I told her it made me uncomfortable and asked her to stop. She laughed and said I was being too sensitive. No. What if I said that to you, Aunt? Let's call you Aunt Jerk. Hey, Aunt Jerk. Aunt Jerk, you have really let yourself go. Yeah, you should probably get your teeth fixed, get your breath fixed, get some new clothes. You stink. Take a shower. Imagine saying that. Oh, but I think it's funny, though. It's funny. This is good times to me. I'm laughing over here. You're too sensitive. Why don't we flip the table around real quick, Aunt Jerk? Come on now. I told her it makes me feel uncomfortable. She laughed. I felt embarrassed and upset, so I quietly left early. That's sad. Later, my parents said I ruined the mood. Man, these parents, bro. Why are they defending her? That's rude as hell. At a family outing, we're all in a group at dinner, and motherfucker comes up and says, hey, you've really let yourself go. And you somehow are the a-hole? Come on, bro. What are with these people backing up the wrong ones? That's at a full-on group and then laughing at you. Some relatives agree with them, saying I should just have ignored it. Now I'm wondering if I overreacted. Let's read this. NTA, don't even know what that means. Body comments at dinner are rude and uncalled for. Quietly leaving is the only way to protect yourself. No scene. That's self-respect. 100% I agree with that. Leaving quietly was a classy move. You didn't give them a show. You gave yourself an exit. That's not drama. Just joking is the official language of people who mean it without consequences. You didn't buy it good. No, the aunt's a jerk and the family backing her up. Jerks. Okay. we got a special submission here, emailed in by Monica herself. From Monica, girlfriend finds out engagement ring is not a real diamond, but lab created. She flips out, breaks off the engagement. Is she right? Oh. Man. Okay, so let me ask you a question. I'm gonna really lean on our jury here today. Can we just stop for a second and say this? Look. Oh, thank you, Stephanie. So not the asshole. That's what NTA means. Okay, so is it really honest? Okay, so if someone buys you a diamond, does it have to come out the ground? Because lab created, it doesn't matter because they still cost money. If somebody buys you an engagement ring and wants to marry you and you're worried about the physical ring itself, ladies, you can chime in if you want. Breaking off an engagement, goodbye. Have a great life. I went and bought you a ring, and because it's not exactly what you wanted, and that's what you're going to hang up on, you got to go. So, as much as that would hurt, those lab grown diamonds aren't like these like pieces of garbage. This isn't from the dollar store, bro. Come on now. Come on, bro. It's still a diamond. Ask her if she eats chicken nuggets from McDonald's. You think there's real chicken in that motherfucker? Probably not, but that thing tastes good. You gonna break up with McDonald's? Come on now. No, I don't agree. Breaking up an engagement over lab-grown the diamond. Think about this. I'm planning on spending the rest of my life with this person, and we're hung up on the ring, the piece that I'm going to wear. I think that's crazy. Let's be honest. Like these movies, man, like pop culture movies, stuff like that, I feel like overdo the thing. Yes, of course, when you're young and you're trying to get married, you don't have 40 grand to buy an ice rink for a mouse for her finger. So it's all about the symbolic thing with the love. There's no love there. If you broke up, damn. If you broke up over a freaking lab grown versus regular, you gots to go. Don't chase her, brother. Don't chase her. She's not, I'm telling you right now, that is not okay. To not want to spend the rest of her life with you over a ring is crazy. But that's how I look at relationships. I think relationships are all, yes, of course they can be circumstantial, but they should always be, we would sleep under a bridge together. We would do all of these things. And again, when he does buy you a ring, maybe later in the future, that's great. But come on. I want a princess cut. I want a princess cut that's 55 carats. I don't know how carats work, by the way. I don't know if it's the other way around. I don't know if it's lower carats bigger or smaller carats higher. I don't know. I'm not a jeweler. I'm a judge. All right. Gavel. Jerk is the girl. Don't chase her, brother. Okay. Like that one, Monica. Here we go. Here we go. Oh, here it is. I just missed it. This is getting a little touchy down here. Okay. What is okay, AmITheJerk. Everything is just paraphrased on Reddit. I don't know why people do that, but I guess it's just easier. My mom passed away 3 years ago after a long battle with cancer. It was the hardest thing I've ever experienced. I'm 24, and for the last year of her life, I was the one taking care of her every single day. I took appointments, helped her eat, sat with her during sleepless nights, and held her hand when she was scared. My older sister, 29, lives in another state. She rarely visited, but always said she was too busy with work and her social life. My mom would ask about her constantly. I could see the disappointment in her eyes when the days turned into weeks without a call. About a week before my mom died, she gave me her favorite necklace. It's not expensive, but it meant everything to her. She told me, "You are always here with me, for me, and I want you to have this." I cried and I promised I would treasure it forever. At the funeral, my sister suddenly became very emotional and started talking to me about how much she missed mom. Then she asked me for the necklace. No. She said she deserved it because she was the older daughter and it reminded her of mom. I told her gently that mom gave it to me personally. It was the only thing she left directly to me. My sister got angry and said I was selfish and I was trying to erase her from mom's memory. She even told some relatives, and now a few of them think I should just give it to her to keep peace. Man, that's not making peace. That's do what I say because I'm upset, and if you really want to make me feel better, you should do what I want you to do. You're the jerk, 29-year-old. I was the one who stayed with her. I was the one who watched mom suffer. I was the one who heard her last words. I don't want money. I don't want anything else. I just wanted one thing she gave me with her own hands. Now, my sister barely speaks to me, and I feel guilty but also hurt. I don't know if I'm protecting my mom's life gift to me or destroying a relationship with my only sibling. She's the jerk, bro. She can't come in there and say, you need to give me this because it's going to make me remind me of mom. Doesn't matter, even if you're the older sibling, whatever the case is. I see a lot of people get really upset over like inheritances and stuff. I don't know what that's like because I've never been in that situation, so I can't speak from personal experience. But let me tell you something. Regardless, it doesn't matter what circumstances. If a parent comes to one child and says, this is from me to you, that's it. You don't give that to keep peace. You don't do anything to try to sacrifice the thing that she gave you because she loves you. She loved you both in different ways, but equally, right? As every child is loved by their parent. But you cannot come in there and be mad and then go tell family members, she won't give me the necklace. What a jerk. You're the jerk, 29-year-old. Get out of here. Don't come back. Don't feel guilty. That's on her. She's making you feel guilty. That's 100% on her. Absolutely not okay. Absolutely not okay. Oh, I want to read this one. Okay, you guys ready? What do you guys think? No. Older sister's wrong for sure. No, you didn't deserve that. Yeah, why do you think because you're the older sibling, you deserve something that your mom personally gave to her? And not to mention that she took care of her and was there for her. And you can't pretend like you were when you weren't. Just accept that reality. That's not fair. Yeah, she's feeling guilty for sure. But you can't, this is what I hate. Don't take all of those feelings out on other people. You can't come around and be like, well, I missed this opportunity, so I'm going to be mad at you. I'm going to take my anger out on you because I'm really upset that I wasn't there for mom or I missed this situation. I could have been there. I wasn't. That's not okay. Not okay. All right, let's get to it. I am in a group chat with friends I've known for years. Over time, their jokes started to focus on me, especially about my appearance and habits. At first, I laughed it off, but it became consistent. Whenever I asked them to stop, they said I was too sensitive. Eventually, I left the group chat without saying anything, and now they're mad at me and saying I'm being childish and creating unnecessary drama. What's up, big dog? I said, who did it better, me or Ray? I told you, bro. I told you, bro. You like that? That's from Riley. Shave that head because I missed my shot. I just kept the goat. Am I the jerk here? No. Self-dignity? These people are roasting the living hell out of you. So most people who are like have close friends, everybody kind of takes turns saying some kind of roast to each other or something like that, you know? But the friends can't, like, at a certain point, it depends on how far you go. If someone's getting to the point where they're like, hey, this isn't funny, I can't take this. Like, this is getting too personal, too serious, or like you guys are all coming around. Who wants to hop in a group chat and they're like, what's up, idiot? What's up, stinky breath? How are ya? How's that breath today? Like, imagine if they're targeting something over and over. Yeah, you're like, bro, you're not my friend. You're pissing me off. We're about to pull up. I'm about to go Rampage Jackson on you. We're about to throw down. Keep talking all that garbage. Sheesh. Yeah, friends of the jerk. Gavel. Friends, don't text. Find new friends. We're not doing that. I'm trying to find a good one. Oh, I love it. This is the one I've been waiting for my whole life. Here we go. I go to the same gym at the same time every day and got friendly with a regular there. Solid person, motivated, but a strong body odor, like noticeable from a few feet away. I have experienced this. I am very overwhelmingly try to smell good at the gym. I put a lot of deodorant on. I put the cologne on. You can say what you want. I'm not trying to smell bad when I'm working out, and you shouldn't either. Be respectful to everybody else. You're already sweating. You want to really walk in there and be smelling even worse? People cut workouts short around them. I ignored it at first because it felt awkward, but I kept asking why others avoid partnering up for sets or spotting. They thought people were just unfriendly. One day, they asked me directly why nobody wants to work out with them. I hesitated but answered honestly. I said maybe hygiene related, suggested maybe a different deodorant or workout shirts. They got embarrassed and left early. Later, they texted saying I humiliated them and should have kept that to myself. Another friend at the gym says I should never have commented on something that personal, but they asked directly and I didn't say it cruelly, just straight. All right, here's where I'm at with it, okay? I'm the type of person, if I stink like gooba, okay, and you're my boy or my friend, please tell me. Please tell me I got something in my teeth. Please tell me my hair looks bad. Please tell me I got something on my shirt. Let me walk around like a fool. I understand when I was like younger, when I was like a younger cat, I was like so younger though. When I was younger, I would have been like, no, that really hurt my feelings, right? Now that I'm older, please tell me. If I stink, bro, you gotta let me know because I can fix that, right? I can go to the store and get me some stuff, take care of some things. But you also, exactly, if you ask the question, hey, why doesn't anybody want to work out with me? Hey, I'm helping you out over time. And then why everybody's like, oh, dude, you're just so insensitive. You just should have never said that. Bro, tell me I smell bad so I can go and fix that. I got bad breath, I got some gum. I got bad pits, I got to go put on some deodorant. Maybe spray a little cologne on me. Go to Macy's and freaking do a tester. Hey, ma'am, I'm just looking around today, Versace. Come on. It ain't got to be like that. Just take the honest answer. He's being a good friend. I honestly think he's not the jerk. I don't think that the guy in this situation, the gym partner's not a jerk. But that's just what it is. Because you're bigger than everyone else. Oh, man. You guys pick one. If you guys can see it, let me know which one you want to do. I've been picking all of them for us. If I find one I really got to read, I will do it. For saying everyone is purposefully stupid and ignorant. What is this? Hold on, I got to read this. I'm sorry. Here we go. I am 15-year-old male with some family members today. I was talking with a few cousins and started talking about our personal opinions on. In it, I said everyone just purposefully stupid and or ignorant. Everyone in the world? A majority of us are stuck in these abusive, horrible, damaging systems where we all ignore real life problems because they seem to be big or too small to where we think that they're somehow inferior to us. Regardless, we even think the same with our own fellow human beings and animal species. This motherfricker's 15. This dude's like, what the hell are you on? You're 15 years old? Listen to how he talks. We even think the same of our fellow human beings and animal species. Bro, this dude is advanced. I wonder if this dude's on freaking shrooms or something. I'm in the middle of my rant and an older family member chimed in and said I thought I was better than everyone else. And I told them I wasn't speaking to them. I went back to my conversation. They got angry and went on a rant where they said I shouldn't act or speak like that to my elders. I've always had this above all attitude and how I needed to learn to stay and act like a kid. My parents eventually kicked them out and the rest of the afternoon was fine. A little tense but awkward. I don't think there's enough information for me. Yeah, thank you. 15 years old? I don't know, bro. This seems a little too advanced for a 15-year-old. It depends on how you act all the time. If you've got a high and mighty, I'm better than everybody attitude, and you say that, I don't know. Depends on how you act all the time. I'll say this. There's really not enough context here to say you're a jerk. What's always funny to me, though, is if somebody comes in and says, you need to talk nice to your elders after you chimed in. I think that's a little crazy. You got to teach them how to talk to their elders. You know? Exactly. We need to know what he was actually saying, Winks, exactly. There's not enough context here. You know what, 15-year-old, next time you do post, you need to give me more context because there's no ruling here. Everybody leave the court. There's no ruling here. I can't help you with that. Ooh, this is something. Leaving my sister's wedding early after she changed the seating last minute. Yeah, there's no context there. We have no idea what he was talking about. We need to treat our fellow human beings and animal species with respect and kindness. Well, but you got to let me know. You got to let me know what the hell you're talking about, okay? Let's read this and we'll get back to it. I, 27-year-old female, was invited to my older sister's wedding last weekend. We have a complicated relationship growing up, but over the past few years, things have been mostly civil. I got the invitation. I was genuinely excited and tried to be as supportive as possible during the planning process. A few months before the wedding, she asked me to sit at the family table with her, our parents, and a few close relatives. I agreed and bought a dress to match the color scheme she wanted. She even took the time off of work to help me last minute to run errands with the wedding week. On the day of the wedding, everything was going fine until the reception. I found my seat. I realized I wasn't at the table anymore. Instead, I was seated at some random table in the back with people I don't know. At first, I thought it was a mistake, so I asked the coordinator. The coordinator told me that my sister had asked to move me because she wanted only positive energy. Damn. At the family table. That really stung. I was shocked and embarrassed, and especially since other relatives noticed the change and asked me about it. I tried to brush it off and stayed through dinner. The more I sat there, the worse I felt. I kept replaying that comment in my head. Why would the coordinator say that what the sister said? She said she only wants positive energy. Hey, coordinator, that's something you shouldn't have thrown in there probably. You could have said anything else. I'm not saying you should lie, but come on, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy to say that. She only wanted positive energy is what she said. Don't blame me. I had to move you because she wants positive energy yeah, that would hurt. I tried to brush it off, stayed through dinner, but the more I sat there, the worse I felt. I kept replaying that comment in my head. I was being quietly punished for past disagreements that we already talked through. Yeah, that's a problem. If you've already talked through the problems, if you've genuinely sat down and had a conversation, you can't keep being punished over and over and over and over for the past. If you feel like, yeah, we've had these conversations. That's just not fair. You're punishing somebody for something you've already had a conversation about. I don't like that. After the dinner speeches, I quietly left without saying goodbye. The next day, my sister texted me and said I was selfish for leaving early, that I made her look bad when people noticed. My parents are split. My mom thinks I should have just stayed. My dad says my sister handled it poorly. I agree with the dad here. I think you handled it fine. I'm wondering if I overreacted by leaving or should just sticking through the rest of the night. Okay, look. If you're thrown off, it's literally the last second you find out you're at another table, and then the coordinator's like, yeah, they only want good vibes over there. And you're not that gal. Okay? Trust me, you're not that gal. You don't have good vibes, so you're going to sit in the back with these people you don't know. I'd be embarrassed. I think that dignity / I just want to get out of here is not fair. So, oh man. I think the married sisters were in the wrong here. Shouldn't have switched your seat the last second. You should have talked to her. You don't say stupid stuff like, I only want good vibes. And you leaving really, yeah, it's her day. But, I mean, are we really just going to set the standard and say, well, it's my wedding day, so you just put up with whatever I do to you? No. So, sister who left, you're in the right. Sister got married, you're a jerk, don't come back. You should have just stayed. You should have stayed in your seat. All right, we got another submission here. Here we go. Here is the Am I the Jerk for you? Jackson and Alex recently moved in together. Alex has a favorite teddy bear she sleeps with every night, but it's from an ex-boyfriend. Jackson thinks it's weird, but asks her to get rid of it. Alex refuses. Who's the jerk? Ooh. Ooh, Judge, that's tough. Damn. Ex-boyfriend teddy bear. Okay. Let's be really fair here as the judge here. I got to be fair. Look, if an ex got you something that is very sentimental to you, that doesn't have a thought or connection to the ex, I could understand that point. But I also understand as the other person. Okay, so in this situation, if I'm the guy, I'm going to say, you sleep with something your ex gave you every night, like a favorite t-shirt or something. And I know it's from your ex. I don't know. I would definitely be like, look, I'll buy you a damn teddy bear right now. And you can sleep with that. Because this has that tie to your past relationship. Everything is always more complicated. I swear. I think at this point, look, even if you love the teddy bear, you have to understand if you're going to be in a relationship and I know you have something from Hold on, give me a second, Ray. That one got me. I got to answer this question. I genuinely think, my personal opinion, if I'm with a girl and we're dating and she has an ex-boyfriend, anything that's very like sentimental like that, where it's like, oh, he gave me this teddy bear and now I don't ever sleep without it, or a blanket or a shirt. Let's just say like a blanket or teddy bear, something you can have every night. Yeah, I definitely feel like the respectful thing would be like, hey, so you know, I feel uncomfortable with this. I don't think necessarily it's super wrong, depending on how the girl feels about the item and the ex and all. There's a lot more there. But to me personally, I just say, look, I would be more comfortable if you got rid of it. And I think that's respectful. Because, okay, vice versa. Let's say my ex got me a blanket. And every night I'm just right there and my head's just buried in that motherfricker. I'm just snuggling that thing while you're right next to me. Come on. What are you going to think? I'd be like, why are you snuggling that thing so hard? Stop sniffing it. Even if it's like, oh, no, it's just my favorite blanket. It has nothing to do with her. You would feel weird about me. Well, like, let's say like a ring, like not even on a ring finger, just a ring on your hand. I'm wearing it every day, but it's from my ex. I just feel like that's, yeah. And you have it all the time. Sleep with it. Yeah, it's intimacy with the thing, even if you don't think of it that way. Ray literally comes in here and says, I have a submission. I have a friend who is bigger than me and now stole my hairstyle. What should I do? Who's the jerk? Listen, Ray, I didn't plan this. Okay? I gave Riley free reign to do this to me. And what she did to me is she cut right here, left all of this, cut here, left the rest here, cut my beard like this, left this, cut this, and left a goatee. She left me no options. I promise you, this is not going to be the forever look. This is you. This is Ray. This is big boy Ray, okay? Raw Wrench Ray, 50 Shades of Ray. This is you. I'm borrowing this temporarily, okay? Promise. I can't pull this off like you. Look at his head. This is not one of those heads that keeps a clean look here. Okay? This is not a permanent thing. I can't pull this off. This is just a no options. You know what I mean? You look good. But yeah, I definitely think respectfully to a relationship, if your ex gave you something, you have to understand how that would make someone else feel. Come on. You can't be mad to be like, yeah, you're insecure. That's not insecurity. It can't be insecurity. It truly just shows you that you don't have enough respect to understand the fact that it has a tie to your ex that you sleep with every night. That creates an intimacy to the item. The item's connected to your ex. You've got to see it that way. You've got to understand. Because, like, reverse the button, okay? Reverse that and just think about me having something from my ex that I have all with me all the time. It's just like, it's just one of those things. It's a little too complicated. All right. What is almost done? Hold on. Am I the jerk for refusing to covering for a coworker who is always almost done? Almost done with what? Love you, big dog. Appreciate you being here. What's the verdict? With Ray, I'm the jerk with Ray. When it comes to the teddy bear situation, I can't say it's so circumstantial. Okay, it's so circumstantial with the teddy bear, but I think the ex or the girl in that situation keeping the bear from the ex needs to understand why it's a problem and why that would be uncomfortable for any boyfriend that you have. Be like, hey, by the way, my ex bought me this. Like, come on, bro. I sleep with it every night. He sprayed his cologne on it one time. Be like, bro, all right, we can go to Build-A-Bear, or we can go to nowhere. Those are our two options. I'll take you to Build-A-Bear right now. You put a heart in it. I'll put my voice in that motherfricker. I'll do ASMR in the voice box, or ASMR or ASMR or whatever the hell you call it. I'll tell you sleep, little love. I'll take you to Build-A-Bear right now, put a heart in that motherfricker. I'll put a scent in the head. I'll let you pick out the outfit. I'll let you go back to Build-A-Bear and pick out whatever you want. But if it's from your ex, throw it away. Get rid of it. Sick of this. Freaking out here talking that garbage to me. Come on now. You can't just snuggle it and say my ex bought it for me so everything's cool. That doesn't mean anything. Come on. Exactly. I'll take you, go get your bear right now. Come on. All right, let's read this one. Am I the jerk for refusing to keep covering for a coworker who is almost done? What does that even mean? I work in a small office, and one of my coworkers has the habit of being consistently almost finished with everything. Reports are almost done, emails are almost sent, deadlines are almost met. For the last year, this has quietly turned into me stepping into smooth things over so our team doesn't look bad. I rephrase emails, double check numbers, sometimes stay late to make sure nothing explodes the next morning. I don't mind at first because I hate the conflict, but I have figured out everyone has rough periods. You're just a nice person. You can already tell. You can already tell. You can tell. Last week, our manager asked a client who was upset again before I could even speak to my coworker, jumped in and said they thought I was handling that part. That wasn't true and it caught me off guard. So I corrected it calmly, and later my coworker pulled me aside and said I should have backed them up and talked to them privately instead. You just said the coworker just called you out publicly and now wants you to come privately. No, that's not how that works. So I made them look incompetent. Well, you shouldn't have lied and said that I thought you were covering that. That honestly annoyed me because I had been quietly protecting them for months. Exactly. That's the worst part. When you're nice and you're constantly trying to do something for someone else and they have the audacity to like call out or say anything. You're like, oh dude, I've had your back for a long time. Come on. You can't talk. You can't say that. No, the coworker's the jerk. So this time I stopped. I did my work only when other things slipped through. They got called out by management and they were barely speaking to me. A few coworkers said I should have given them a heads up before changing how I act. That I was kind of a jerk. It was kind of a jerk move for me to let them fall like that, but I feel bad, but I also tried fixing someone else's mess. Am I the jerk here? No, but you could have communicated. That's it. It's simply just like, you're not a jerk because you literally were cleaning up. I understand why you're so upset and why you quit working on their job, staying late. That's crazy. Like working that hard to take the responsibility of another grown co-worker teammate and to put that on you is not make you a jerk. What the only thing is you could have done differently is just tell them, I'm not doing that for you anymore, so you better figure it out. That's the only thing you could say. That's it. Other than that, no, you're not a jerk at all. That the coworkers is it doesn't matter if they're having a hard time, whatever the case may be. They left you hanging and then say all kinds of stuff to you. No, thank you. We're not going to play that game today. What do you guys think? What is this? His coworker's Michael Scott. Let's do a couple more of these, guys. If you have a submission, you got to get it in before the stream's over. Okay. For some context, my dad was reading an email from my teachers, but he was mocking the email. What? For some context, my dad was reading an email from my teachers, and he was mocking the email, but every 2 words, he couldn't go without saying SH, BS, or F. His use of cuss words has been really increasing since the end of last year. And honestly, it would slightly tick me off since I wanted a normal conversation, but decided to shut up because he was probably swearing more because he thinks I'm more mature now, whatever that means. Fast forward a couple days ago, he was mocking the email. I just snapped and confronted him in the car when it stopped in front of my house. And I told him, I'm not listening to you because you can't go 1 sentence without saying BS or F. Then I slammed the car door and went back home. I guess that made him really angry because when we were making burgers, he told me in private that he didn't like how I slammed the door and said how he could always make me call me stupid, dumb girl. He gets so angry all the time, especially at my mother and I. He won't even communicate normally. He just keeps spitting at me while he's yelling. He loves scolding me in public. By the way, I don't know. Sorry, I don't know what to do here. There's not much written, but I'll answer questions. I really don't know what to do if I'm in the wrong. I've been really worried about myself when my dad gets angry because he gets really angry and he's hit my mom. Yeah, it's over. It's over. It's the dad. That's on him. He's got to take care of his problems. And that's it. No middle ground there. That's horrible. That's horrible. Oh no, I need to read this. Girls, get ready for this one. I need your opinion here. I, 27 female, planned a date with this guy who's 30-year-old male some days ago, but there were 2 issues from the start. He's only passing through my city, and I barely know anything about him. When people hit you up and go, I'm passing through, I'm coming through your town. I'm gonna be down there. I'm coming through. It always gets me, bro. I'm in your city. Hit me up. I'm in the city. I think that's funny. Anyway, we initially hit it off because we both love lemon pie. Great. Little tart. We'll go for it. The conversation started out great, but then he began making comments and felt very love bomby. Okay. If you know what I mean. Well, it'd be great for some context. For example, okay, thank you. He said, I was his soulmate just because I like lemon pie. Well, that's a stretch. Maybe it was a joke. But someone who has been love bombed before, it would definitely set off a small alarm in my head. Okay. Despite that, I still organized a date because I'll admit he's very attractive and genuinely funny. Humor is really important to me, and the fact that he's from another city didn't fully sit right with me, but I figured meeting new people doesn't hurt. After we set up the date, though, okay, so she did say yes to the date. This is where I'm going to have to hold her to that. I tried to ask him a couple basic personal questions, like what he does for work, and he avoided answering them. He also never really asked me anything about myself or wouldn't try to keep the conversation going. He was just trying to have some lemon pie, if you catch my drift there. That's why he doesn't care. Today, the day before the day, I canceled our day. I told him I was needing to work after hours because the holiday rush at the hotel where I work was partially true anyway. I felt bad because I'm not someone who flakes on dates. But between the love bombing comments and the lack of personal info and the fact that he lives in another city, I started to feel like it wasn't worth our time. And also, I wasn't feeling excited about the day. I was feeling anxious. That's not good. He replied, "You're canceling now. You women are all the same. Come on, bro." Not even our love for lemon pie changed that. He was joking, but it made me feel kind of bad. Yeah, he wasn't looking to date you. Let's be honest. When people are interested in each other, they spend the time to get to know each other. They want to share personal information. They want to, you go on a date because you want to learn more. So if you can't even give basic information or you don't know who they are, then you're just that's all he wanted to do is come to your city and have some lemon pie. I'm not going to say the rest of it, but that's why. You're not a jerk. Last minute cancellations. No. If it made you uncomfortable and anxious, then that's not a fun date. So, verdict, lemon pie boy, go home. Stay in your city. He's gone. Okay. No. Back to the top, you frickin' mother fricka. I didn't even do that. Okay. This is something else, bro. I gotta read this. Am I a jerk for pretending I did not see my neighbor fall after months of harassment? Yikes. Yes, she's not the jerk. Case closed. Lemon pie is gonna stay home. I live in an apartment building with thin walls and thinner patients. My downstairs neighbor has spent the last year accusing me of stomping around at all hours, like Mr. Heckles. I work from home and walk like a normal human. They bang on the ceiling and scream through the vents, and once left a note calling me an inconsiderate animal. Damn, bro. That's wild. Who leaves a note like that? People are so crazy, bro. I'm telling you right now. People are crazy. I tried being polite at first. I explained my schedule. I bought rugs. Nothing changed. Management said they could not do much without proof. The complaints continued. Every drop of a pin became a war crime. Last week, I saw them slip on the front steps while I was leaving for groceries. They were not seriously hurt, but they were sitting there struggling to get up. They looked directly at me. I hesitated, then kept walking. Later that night, I got a message from management building asking if I witnessed the fall. I said no. Now I feel weirdly calm about and also slightly evil. You're not a... Damn. Okay, look. It depends on how old they are, I think. If they're like helpless and hurt, even if you have beef, I think human just kind of has to take over in that moment and be like, all right, like, we can swing on each other later, but let me help you up. I don't know. That personally, for me, I have to say, I don't think you're a jerk, but it's just kind of like wild to not help them. I don't know. I get how mean they've been to you, but like, you know, yeah. For me personally, I would probably help them up and just be like, you good? Do you need anything? You need me to call 911? That would be my personal thing. I don't think you're a jerk, but yeah, I should have done something. That's my opinion though. So I can't really give you a case closed on that one. That one's a little too much. Okay. Am I the jerk for telling my brother-in-law how he embarrassed our whole family after he ate an insane amount of wasabi on a dare before my sister's rehearsal dinner? Okay. My sister had her rehearsal dinner last Friday. Nice place, both families meeting properly for the first time. It was supposed to be a really special night. About an hour before the dinner, my brother-in-law, man, I don't like these. I'm not hip with the lingo, man. I don't understand. I have to really think about what you're saying. BIL and a couple of groomsmen went to grab a drink at a sushi place near the restaurant. Normal pregame stuff. Nothing wrong with that. Why'd you have to throw nothing wrong with that in there? But apparently one of the groomsmen dared my brother-in-law to eat a massive ball of wasabi in one bite. Not like a normal amount, like a golf ball sized chunk. He did it because he's that guy. Bro, you couldn't pay me to do that. You ever had a tiny little bit of wasabi? I love sushi. You guys know that. I couldn't put a ball of wasabi in my mouth if you paid me, bro. It's tough. It's one of the strongest thing I've ever tried. By the time that they got the rehearsal dinner, he was a mess. His face was bright red. His eyes were watering nonstop. He kept sniffling and wiping his nose every 30 seconds. My sister's future mother-in-law asked him if he was okay. He said he just had allergies in the middle of winter indoors. Okay, well, he could have a stuffy nose. He couldn't eat anything at the dinner because his mouth and throat were still burning. He just sat there drinking a glass of water. Okay, and the waiter was refilling. My brother-in-law kept draining them. Then he went through probably 8 glasses of water in 45 minutes. My mom asked him if he was dehydrated. He said, yeah, I don't think I drank enough water today. Sir, you are crying at the dinner table. Well, we've got some beef here. Like, you can tell she doesn't like him. My sister noticed something was off and asked me what's wrong with him. I said, I don't know yet. I just think he's nervous. And then one of the groomsmen said when we were at the sushi place, they started cracking him up, and that's when the whole story came out. My sister was mortified. Her future-in-laws were polite, but you could tell that they were confused. My parents were just staring at him, and he was sitting there with tears streaming down his face. He was fine while his nose ran like a faucet at the table we're meeting for the first time. After he pulled him aside and told me he was embarrassing and he needed to grow up, he just said that it was just wasabi and everyone was overreacting. I said, you're literally crying and couldn't eat at your own rehearsal dinner because of the dare. I think this is a little too, okay. Why does that make him a jerk? He's just having fun. I think you're a little too offended. In my opinion, you're a little too offended with him. I mean, he's a grown man. If he wants to eat a ball of wasabi, he can have a ball of wasabi and then be destroyed. That was a bad choice. I don't think that necessarily makes him a jerk for doing that. I mean, I don't think he tried to ruin the night. I think he's just being dumb. I don't know. I really don't think there's a, it sounds like you got some bigger, sounds like you got some beef here because he's that guy. You go on to say he was okay, but he had allergies in the middle of winter indoors. There's some other beef. So it just wasn't smart. It wasn't the best move, but it's not jerk worthy. Wow, I didn't like that sentence. We're not saying that again. I like these, man. I'm having fun. I guess he's the groom. I don't know. Either way, it doesn't matter. He just did something stupid. Why does that mean that he's a jerk? Yeah, you can tell she's got a problem with this dude. Oh, I like this one. My fiance, 29-year-old male, and I, 28-year-old female, are getting married in May. My cousin, 30-year-old female, recently got pregnant and told the family she wants to announce it publicly at our reception because everyone will be there anyway. I told her absolutely not. She said I'm gatekeeping happiness and that's what family is, and it's all family love. My aunt backed her up, saying it's just one little announcement. I told her if she tries it, she'll be escorted out. Now my family says I'm overreacting and making the wedding about control. Look, you need to understand, someone at their wedding gets to decide if they want someone else to share big news or not. That's their day. It's just that simple. I really don't know what else you're supposed to say. It's your day. And why does all these people come in? You're overreacting. You're being crazy. You just let, this is all what it's. Look, announce your baby the next day. Okay, I get you're excited about your baby. There's no disrespect to you, but this is her wedding reception. You don't get to come in here and steal her thunder. It's her day. Come on, bro. It's her day. That's what you need to understand. It's not you. The problem is people pin things up against each other and look at it from such a singular angle and think like, well, you don't want me to talk about my baby in front of our family. And it's like, you don't want me to have my day without, letting someone else have an entire announcement that's huge that takes the focus away from my wedding. I think if it's your wedding day, no one should be doing a family announcement. That's my opinion. Do it the next day. Do it another way. Have a big dinner. Invite everybody else. I mean, it's not fair to be like, well, everyone's going to be together anyway. So I think this is just a misunderstanding, and a misalignment. I think it's rude. If someone says, no, you're not doing that at my wedding, you respect that. Period. Their wedding, not your choice. All right, we'll go one more. I like these with you guys. How's that? Oh, I likes this one. Am I the jerk for not letting my nephew play with my collectible toys? I have a small collection of toys that I've been building for years. They're not just random stuff I keep around. Some of them are limited editions, some were gifts, and some are just things I really care about. I keep them displays on shelves. Good man. Not sealed in boxes. I am very careful with them because replacing them would be expensive or impossible. I agree. I mean, when you get a episode 4 Darth Vader without any, issues from get a hot toy, you don't want to have to replace that because they just don't make them like that anymore. They're just making new ones. Come on now. I agree with you. Recently, my nephew came over with my sibling. He immediately wanted to play with them. I calmly said no and explains that they aren't toys meant for playing, their collectibles. I even offered him other things to play with, like board games, regular toys, drawing stuff, but he was fixated on those specifically. And when I did not give in, he got upset, and my sibling said I was being selfish and weirdly possessive over toys. What bothered me was the most implication that they were not just toys. A kid should automatically be allowed to play with them. I wasn't rude, I didn't yell, I just set a boundary with my own things in my own home. Still, the mood got awkward, and later I was told I should have just kept the peace. I hate that. What is keep the peace? Okay, so I come to your house and I say, I want to wear all your clothes. I like your clothes. I'm gonna wear them. I know I'm bigger than you. I'm probably gonna rip through them, but I want to wear them. Well, you should just let me wear them to keep the peace, right? Like, no. Why the hell is that? Bro, Carter comes into the office in the studio all the time and loves the display case you got. You guys have seen it. It's right here. It's right over there. And it's got all the stuff in there. But I don't play with it. They're not toys like that. They sit there and they look good. And that's what they do. That's their job. So no, you're not the jerk. That's a boundary. And it's not fair. It's not fair. Even though it's a little kid, it's very simple. That's a closed case. And also, kids have to learn the same thing. Kids need to know that there are boundaries. Like, yes, this is something I said no to, regardless. Even if you have a pool and it's like, hey, you can't go swim in the pool right now. Boundary. That's simple. Here we go. We're going to find one more because I really like doing this with you guys. Some of these are really deep. Another testing one. We already saw that. This one. Am I the jerk for refusing to forgive my dad's new family at my grandma's memorial and walking out? All right, here we go. Last one. I am a 29-year-old female. My grandma basically raised me in the gaps of when my parents left. My dad, 52, was in and out of my life my whole childhood, always with big promises, and then something came up. When I was 17, he married a woman named Kara and suddenly acted like he got a fresh start. She has 2 kids, 19 and 21, and he calls them my girls and posts them constantly. I tried. I really did. I went to dinners, smiled at holidays, and pretended it didn't sting when he says things like, I have a real family routine. One time I asked him if we could just do lunch with just us, and Kara literally laughed and said, "Oh, you're still doing the daddy-daughter thing?" Like I was a toddler begging for a pony. My dad didn't correct her. He just did this little shrug and said she's joking. My grandma passed away a few weeks ago. She was the only person who could say my dad's name, and he'd actually listen for 5 seconds. At a memorial service, small family and some friends, my dad showed up late with Kara and her kids, dressed like they were going to a fancy brunch. Kara hugged my aunt and loudly said, "We're here for you guys. We know grief." Then looked at me and went, "Come here, kiddo," and tried to hug me like we were close. I stepped back and said hi, and that's it. Her oldest rolled her eyes and whispered something to her sister, both of them looking me up and down. If it's me, and we're at a funeral and you look me up and down right after the service, brother, you come find me. We're gonna get the furniture moving over here, because there's no way you're walking in here talking garbage about me as a person, looking at me like that. You want to talk? Come talk. Come say something. Come on now. I've seen the WWE. We sit, the pastor starts talking. It's sad but calm. Then during the little open mic part where people share memory, my dad stands up and starts talking about how my grandma taught him forgiveness and how he's grateful she brought us all together. Then he goes, "I swear word for word, I know I haven't been perfect, but I'm ready to move forward with my whole family, including my daughter, if she could let go of old stuff." Oh my gosh, bro. At a funeral in front of everybody. Some people, bro, will take a moment and make it about themselves. That's crazy. If she can let go of all this stuff. Everyone turned and looked at me. I felt my face get hot. Kara put her hands on my arm like he's so brave. Her youngest made a tiny smirk like she was watching reality TV. No. I'm not messing with this dad at all. Afterward, people came up to me with a soft voice telling me, "Your dad is trying, and you don't let resentment win.
My aunt actually said, just hug Kara, make peace for your grandma. I went to my dad and said quietly, why did you go and say that? Why did you do that in front of everyone? He said, because it's true. You've been cold and it's embarrassing. Kara jumped in. We've always welcomed you and you just don't want to be happy. I told him I'm not doing this performance at my grandma's memorial and I left. Now my phone is full of messages. How I ruined a beautiful day and I made my dad look bad. Am I selfish for not letting him have his moment? I just felt like I was set up in either way, either swallow it or look like a villain. No, you're not the jerk here. Your dad made it about himself and then publicly shamed you in front of your entire family and friend group at a memorial service about how you should be closer. See, this is the thing I don't like. There are certain family dynamics or just dynamics in general where if you don't fall into a certain line, you are the one that's the outcast. You are the bad person. You are the jerk. You should have just done it this way. You should have been nice. You should have done it the way we like it. You should have, went the way we go. We do this. This is how we've always done things. I don't give a frick what you've always done. You can't ask me to have to fall into a mold to have a relationship. That's transactional love, and I'm not going to do it. That happened to me. Hey, Dad. Yeah, jacket's coming off. You're about to find out about me. It's... You probably haven't seen Creed 2, but that's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen. Anyway, I appreciate you guys and love you. Let me know your verdict on this one. If you guys like these videos, let me know. If you want to do more, I like being the judge. I love having fun with you guys. I needed a good little break from just all the heavy stuff we've been talking about, man. It's been too much. So obviously, if anything does come up of cases and things we've been talking about, we will be talking about it, but we need to have some balance here. So let me know in the comments if you like these videos. We'll do more. Appreciate you guys. Love you. Mods, thank you for everything. And love our community, man. Appreciate you guys. See you soon. And we'll be back at it tomorrow. Love you, man.